Okay, so I am going to unbox some more action figures from the Masters of the Universe Origins line that I have been so happy collecting, and I've always wanted to collect Masters of the Universe. I love the characters, and I played with the idea of collecting the classics. They were a little bit too expensive for me. But when I saw these ones, they are $15 each figure, and 20 something the deluxe figures, which are figures that have some type of gimmick, like this one, Ramman. So it's not that expensive. I thought maybe every month I'll get one or two. I've been getting more than that. I shouldn't spend that much, but I'm close to finishing the collection, and because I came really late to the field. I came after Revelation was what ignited my Masters of the Universe fever. Revelations is the Netflix Masters of the Universe new series. So I watched that. I didn't like some stuff of that show, but it was enough to make me remember how cool was He-Man and how cool were those characters. So when I saw the first pair of figures in Target, I bought them. I bought the exclusive 2-pack of Cronus and Keldor. That's the first two that I got, and after that I just started buying them online, because you cannot get anything in the stores here. Target and Walmart only have He-Man and Skeletor. So I've been going to Big Bad Toy Store and Amazon, those two places mostly, and maybe one or two at eBay. And I've been finishing my collection. So I'm gonna unbox those three, and then we're gonna go through each wave, and I'm gonna explain which ones I have, which ones are missing, and talk a little about the entire line of Master of the Universe Origins. So let's start. So the first figure we have unboxed is Ramman. And Ramman comes with an extra hand, an extra axe, and an extra head. And the first Ramman, you couldn't do much with him. This one has several extra points of articulations. You can get his arms up like this on the shoulders. You can make the biceps pose with him, and you can bend a little bit the knees. Not much. You cannot do much with it. He cannot sit or anything. There is no articulation on the feet, so you can kind of have him walking or running like I had him when the video started, but it's kind of a clumsy pose, and it's very hard to maintain the balance. So not much you can do with this figure from the waist down. So let's turn around and see the figure. It's a very nice figure, like every Masters of the Universe, and it comes with the usual feature where he can jump. You just press and release. So let's put the other hand. This is the closed fist, and then we can replace the closed fist from the left hand with a grabby hand, and then you have both axes. Another is the extra head, where the helmet is closed. and you cannot really move too much to the sides because the armor gets in the way. But the helmet is pretty nice. The helmet and the costume. So this is it for Raman, and we're gonna go to the next figure, which is Stratos, the winged warrior. Oh, it comes with a comic. And on this comic you have the deluxe figures. And the deluxe figures are Battle Armor He-Man, Battle Armor Skeletor, Clamp-Champ, and Ram-Man. Those are the 4 deluxe figures that the line has. I don't think I'm missing any other one. Yeah, they are even here they're in the back of the comic too. And this is the comic book. As I understand, the comics of the vintage line on the 80s were a lot longer than these ones. These ones are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a story of 6 pages, and then you have the cover. And actually, the story starts on the back of the cover. There's the cover and there's the first page. And then, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. A 6-page story, and then you have the line here. The line of characters of the wave, in this case, the deluxe characters. Once more, this is Ram-Man. So now we're gonna unbox Stratos. Stratos is the winged warrior. That's a friend of Eternia. Is one of the good guys. And here we can see the beautiful artwork by Alex Jimenez that graced the back of the card. Stratos is part of the Wave 4, and the Wave 4 comprise of Stratos, Triclops, Ninjor, and Hordak. And Hordak, there's 2 Hordaks. There's regular Hordak and Hordak Deluxe. They are exactly the same figures, but here is Hordak. This is the Hordak Deluxe. I bought Hordak's Deluxe, and but the only thing is the Deluxe figure has some I don't remember the name of the action, but he throws something out of his chest. So that's the deluxe. That's what makes the figure deluxe. And there's Ninja here. So the Wave 4 that came out in March 2021 is Ninja, Triclops, regular Hordak, not that one, the one that doesn't have any extra action, and Stratos. So the last one that I needed to have to complete my Wave 4 was Stratos. I'm excited that I'm gonna unbox this figure and have it as part of my collection. So let's do it. Okay, so here we have Stratos out of the box. And something I noticed was that the jetpack is painted blue in the card. I don't know if you can see the card here. The jetpack is supposed to be blue, but no, it's just the entire piece, the harness and the jetpack is old red plastic. So no, it wasn't painted blue. There is another Stratos which has all the gray is painted flesh color, and that's coming in the latest wave. I think it's wave 7. But as I said before, this Stratos is from the 4th wave that came out on March 2021. Very nice figure, and the accessories is just these wings that you attach to the wrists, and then you can pose him like he's flying like this. Yeah, this is Stratos, the winged warrior, and he comes with a comic book. This is the comic, and the cover, the comic in the back shows the wave of 4 characters: Triclops, Hordak, Ninjor, and Stratos. And the comic has 6 pages. Starts on the back of the cover. And it highlights the 4 characters of the wave. So very happy that I finished my wave 4 collection. I have the 4 characters, even though I don't have regular Hordak. I have the deluxe Hordak, which the name is Buzzsaw Hordak. And I don't know if I can show the action feature of Hordak. He has the buzzsaw here, and you just, I don't know, sometimes he does it, sometimes he doesn't. Okay, he did it. He threw his buzzsaw here. Nobody should mess with Hordak, especially buzzsaw Hordak. So the next figure we're unboxing is Scareglow. Scareglow, it's called Evil Ghost of Skeletor. And here we have the beautiful artwork on the back of the card by Alex Jimenez. And we have Prince Adam and Clamchamp getting scared at the visage of Scareglow. And even though Scareglow is named the Evil Ghost of Skeletor, that's a little bit confusing because he's an independent character from Skeletor. He just works for Skeletor. I'm pretty sure that's why they call him the Evil Ghost of Skeletor. And it says on the back of the card, it says, a walking horror from a different dimension. Scareglow radiates fear and terrifies his victim. And the feature that Scareglow has is that he glows in the dark. You expose him to light, and then you turn off the lights and he will glow. And Scareglow is part of the 2nd wave of characters that came out on October 2020. The 1st wave came out August 2020. And that 2nd wave was comprised of Orko, which is here, Orko was part of this wave, and Many Faces. Many Faces is here. Let's see. Okay, here's Many Faces. I hope he doesn't false. And the one that was the most difficult to find at a good price, but I found him at a on the internet a store named Nerd Bombers. Sometimes they have it in stock and they have it at retail price, which is really great because on eBay people have been selling trap jaw for $40-50, maybe more. Skirt Glow on the vintage line on the 80s was one of the last ones that came out. It seems like people love him, and before Origins came, it was one of the most expensive ones to get on the vintage line. But also he came out really fast on Origins because he's just the second wave, the wave that came right after the first. The first wave was August 2020, second wave was October 2020. So this figure came already a year ago. So yeah, here we have Skirt Glow. And one of the most beautiful things of this figure is that cape, that it looks as if it was a cloth, and the beautiful texture that it has, and it's plastic. He has his staff, and we're gonna test the feature where he glows in the dark. So let's do that. Oh, I haven't showed the comic book. Again, this is Skirt Glow from the second wave that came in October 2020, already more than a year ago. And these are the characters in the wave. They always show He-Man and Skeletor. But the characters of this wave are 4 characters: Orko, Many Faces, Trapjaw, and Skirt Glow. And the comic book has always the characters of the wave in the comic book. This one is called Double Trouble. There's a fake Orko there in the story. So let's try the glow in the dark feature. And you can see a little bit of a glow. Let me take it to the light here and charge it first. That's what I think people do. I'm taking him very close to a light here. And now you can see him glowing better. Yeah, if we turn off this light, you see how he glows. Really neat feature. Very cool. Okay, so I want to go through my collection, starting with the very first 2 that I bought in Target. These are a Target exclusive, and they were the 2 figures that I saw right after finishing Master of the Universe Revelations on Netflix. They gave me the they make me want to get all the rest of the figures. And after watching Revelations, even though I didn't like that much the first part, it reminded me of the characters and how much I love the designs of the figures. So it made me want to collect Masters of the Universe. Like I said, these 2 were the first ones that I bought off Target as an exclusive. So let's take those out of the way. Oops, sorry for that sound. And then after those, it comes wave 1. Wave 1 is Tila, Man at Arms, Beastman, and Evelyn. I don't have that Evelyn. I got Evelyn from the wave 5, I believe, which is Evelyn more with more of a skin color. The first Evelyn is yellow Evelyn, is just like the one that came on the vintage line. So yeah, we have Tila here. I like to display Tila without the snake armor because she looks more like the one from Filmation, which is the one that I'm more used to. And I'm so happy that Duncan has the mustache, Man at Arms, because that's also the Man at Arms that I remember from the cartoons. And I like very much that they were a father and daughter. And here's Beastman, who was the most important of the Skeletor's henchmen, and he was also one of the most important characters on He-Man. So yeah, Beastman was the one that I got the last from this wave. And like I said, I don't have Yellow Evelyn. I don't know if I'm gonna buy her. I might buy her down the road, but I don't need her because I have another Evelyn that I think looks better than the yellow one. So after this wave, let's go to the next wave. Oh, and this wave came out on August 2020. That's when the first wave came out. Now let's go to the second wave. And the second wave came out in October 2020. And that wave was Kerglow, Man at Arms, Orko, and Trapjaw. And Trapjaw was the most difficult to get of them all, because everybody, scalpers on eBay, were the only ones that had Trapjaw. And everywhere, Amazon, Walmart, Target, they all had it for like $50, $40. I didn't want to pay that. So it took me a while to get him. Around $15, $16 on online at a store named Nerd Bombers. So if you still need Trapjaw, that's a good place to look for it. www.nerdbombers.com. So that's the last one that I got from this wave. After wave 2, let's go now to wave 3. And the wave 3 was Triclops, which is the first one that I got from I believe it was Hordak Deluxe. This is not really from that wave. It's that they look exactly the same. The Deluxe and the one from the wave. It's just that Hordak, that's Buzzsaw Hordak, so he has an extra feature where he throws a buzzsaw from his chest. So that is the fourth wave that came out in March 2021. I'm not displaying the third wave because that's the most difficult to find, and I don't have any of those. And wave third came out January 2021, beginning of this year. And that was She-Ra, Roboto, Merman, and Sodak. and I don't have none of those. Well, I should be receiving Roboto and Sodak. I have to pay double retail for those two. Those are the most expensive figures that I have had to get in order to complete my collection, and I'm still missing Shira and Merman. So yeah, but this one that is in here in camera is wave 4 from March 2021. And last but not least is gonna be wave 5. And let's put this out of the way so we can center wave 5. And wave 5 I got on Big Bad Toy Store. I bought it as a complete wave, and I'm doing the same thing with the next wave, with wave 6, but I'm not getting from Big Bad Toy Store, I'm getting it from Nerd Bombers. Again, the same people that sold me Trap Joe. So I don't know if this is well centered, but let's go and see. Here is wave 5, which is Faker, the robot that Skeletor made of He-Man. That's Faker there in blue. That's Merman, LOP. That's Lords of Power. That was the name that Mattel gave Masters of the Universe before it was named Masters of the Universe, but they changed Lords of Power because they said that it looked too religious. So they changed from Lords of Powers to Masters of the Universe. And on this wave 5 that came out on June 2021, you have Fisto, you have Evelyn. This is Evelyn more 2000X, which was the third animated series of He-Man. And you have Faker and again Merman, Lords of Power, which is a very nice figure. I love this figure. So different from the original. From the Merman from wave 3 that I don't have. So that's wave 5. Wave 6 is coming up, which is Beastman LOP, Beastman Lords of Power, Web Store, and there's a couple of other, Stinkor, and the Green Goddess. That's wave 6 that started to appear on September, and I still haven't received that wave from Nerd Bombers, but it's supposed to come this month. And wave 7, that is the one that showed up the last show in California at the end of October, I'm told. So, and I've seen a couple online on stores available, and that's I don't remember now those characters, but I'll see if I post a picture. So yeah, and as I said, the deluxe are the deluxe would be Ramman and Battle Armor He-Man, Battle Armor Skeletor that I don't have here. I received Battle Armor Skeletor, but I need to unbox it on another video. Clamchamp is also deluxe. And who else is deluxe? I don't remember now who else is deluxe. Oh, well, I said Hordak, right? These three are deluxe. And I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Oh well. I'll put it on text if I remember. So this is it. This is my collection so far, and this is the end of the video. I hope you people have liked it, and I'm having a blast collecting these figures and watching other people collecting them too. So it's great. It's like being part of a community. And these are the two most important characters of the line, fighting as always, He-Man and Skeletor. Have a good journey. Bye now.